Hey everyone, ready to create an awesome debt-free plan to keep you motivated and going along the way? Maybe you're brand new and need a good solid plan, or you've been doing this a while and need some more motivation. You're in the right place. Let's go ahead and I will show you how I'm doing mine right now. Hey everyone, this is Laura at Lyman Joy. So today, like I said, we are going to do a debt-free plan for this new year. So no matter if you've been doing this a really long time and you just need some more motivation or maybe some more refinement of your debt payoff plan because it's not working as quickly as you like it, or you're brand new and you're ready to create a plan, conquer that debt, and move forward, you're in the right place. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Laura with Lyman Joy. I'm a wife, a medical coder, and a mom of 6, and I'm on a journey to become debt-free and break generational cycles of debt so the next generation can live and give like they were meant to. So if that interests you, I'd love for you to be a part of the Lyman Joy community. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I put a video out, hoping that it will inspire you and keep you going in your budgeting and debt payoff journey. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it for today. The first thing in your debt payoff journey that you really need to do is list out all your debts. So I made this little kind of breakdown sheet to help keep us all sorted out. Get a pen and paper or whatever you're using to get yourself organized and set up for your debt planning for this year. I will link this in the link below if you're interested in a copy of it, okay? You can find it at my website, the Lyman Joy Company, or in a link in this description below this video. All right, so like I said, first things first, we need to create a list of all of our debts. That's going to be the easiest way, and we're going to put them right here. Now, two things. If you're a pen and paper kind of person, then just go ahead and get your debts, list them out smallest to largest, the debtor, the interest, and then your minimum payments. That way you can kind of put that here and see how long it's going to take you to pay it off. If you are a bit on the computer savvy, you don't need to be super savvy to do this, then I would suggest for you to use the Vertex 42 calculator. Now I'll put this in the link below as well so you can click on it and go straight to the page. But what I like about this is that it maps it all out for me. I have all my debtors right here, all of their balances from lowest to highest, my APRs, and my minimum payments. It's going to calculate for you how much with an initial snowball and with that minimum payment, it will take you to pay off these debts. So with this plan, and I picked the snowball, when you're online, it has options of snowball, avalanche, I think stair stepper, and a few other ones. And as you change this, it'll change the calculation of this table right here. But for this, I'm just going to show you, this is for the snowball method. It would take me to pay off all my debts till November 2025. It goes into order of my debt number 1, it would take 2 months. My debt number 2 would take 3 months, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to take these numbers and put it right here. But this is a really, really great tool. Make sure that when you're using it that you change the date when you first start. Otherwise, your calculations won't work out. I found that. I totally forgot that when I was doing it this time, so I wanted to share that with you. Okay, once you decide what method you're going to use, the snowball method, like I showed you right here, from smallest debt to largest, or you could also do the avalanche method, which is basically just the highest APR to the lowest APR, paying them off that way. But really, there's not like the best method. I really found, even on my own debts, that when I change this, it really doesn't affect much of the payoff, maybe a few months. And I'll explain why my APRs are all the same a little bit, because I'm kind of doing a snowball Heloc thing that I will explain. But really, the best method is whatever method that you'll actually stick with. I'm telling you right now, I started this journey about 3 years ago when my debt was about $78,000. The first year, I did a very loose snowball because medical conditions my daughter was suffering from, they just kept coming, and we kept just getting bombarded by, emergencies. And unfortunately, it took the best of us. And we didn't do super well that year. Second year, I started out at $60,000 and I paid off $18,000 just using the snowball method. And this year, well, a little bit more than $18,000. This year, I'm starting off at about $41,000, and that's consumer debt, medical bills, some student loans, things like that, all meshed together here. Okay, so whatever that method is that you choose to do, let's go ahead and write out the debtors. We're going to start with today's date, which is 1/17/24. My monthly amount is going to be my debt snowball that I've been doing for the last 2 years. So if this is your brand new, then your debt snowball is whatever one you're choosing to start with. So if my smallest debt was 50, then my debt snowball will be starting out. And when I pay that off, that 50 would be the first debt snowball. Okay, so my debt snowball is $1,200, but my whole monthly payment with the minimum payments is $2,136. So we're going to put that here. Okay. And the method I'm using is Snowball Heloc. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a second. And my goal payoff date is November 2025. See, it makes it really nice and easy having it all laid out here. Okay, I'm just going to take these and put them right here, and then we're going to go from there. I suggest you take this time, get your stuff together too, and get it laid out so that we can go forward. Pause the video for a second, and I'm literally going to walk you step by step how to create an actual plan that is going to motivate you or re-motivate you and keep you going on that debt payoff journey, or finally get the debt paid off, and so you can move forward out of this debt and we all can move on to wealth building things. Okay, let's get into it. All right, that's it. It's all written down now, so I don't need this anymore. And I like to have it straight in here. This is my budget binder, so I have, I'm doing my monthly budget, and I'm able to also keep track of my debts, how it's going. I need it right there in front of my face, making sure I'm doing what I should be. Okay, so there's that. I'll list all that out. Once you have all those listed out, then I've made this kind of debt snowball thing to kind of keep track how your snowball is growing. Mine will be how much kind of extra income and passive things I can free up to put at it, because like I told you, I'm doing kind of a debt snowball / Heloc thing. So this minimum payment of $936 that I have plus that debt snowball is going to be going towards my Heloc. Now, Helocs are not for everybody. They can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You do need to make sure you have a tried and true vested place, and everything comes with risks in life. But for me and my husband, we really looked into it, and this was the best move for us. We had a bunch of equity in our house, so we decided to do a second Heloc. This is not a Heloc in the first position, which we do hope to do in the future, but I'll talk more about that kind of velocity banking in the future. But right now, we are doing this to basically help our credit and to rocket launch our debt payoff. So like I said, first year we did Snowball loosely. Second year I started with Snowball for the first few months. I kind of actually switched halfway through to about Avalanche. And this year we're hoping to just absolutely rocket launch our debt payoff by taking some of those high APRs, bringing them down, comboing my minimum payments and my Snowball all to principal, because Helocs are interest-only loans. So my interest payment's about $120 a month, and the rest of this is going straight to principal. So if you have a good APR that you can lock in, there's definitely factors to think about. Or if you have that option, it may be an option for you. But if not, stick to that Snowball and Avalanche. It definitely works. I paid over $18,000 in debt off last year just by doing the Snowball. This is tried and true. Dave Ramsey would say Snowball is the way to go, because this is a psychological game of motivation more than anything else. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my full amount then. My first part of my Snowball is for my debt number 1. I'm still going to kind of check it off as I go, even though it's all in a lump sum for me, because that's motivating to me instead of just paying towards this large sum. So for me, I'm going to be doing $2,136 for my monthly debt Snowball. If I can figure out extra passing income and increase that, then I will increase it throughout the years. We'll just see how it goes. Okay. So next we're going to do this kind of breakdown. I'm going to do this every single month, breaking it down by every single week. So my goal for my month, whatever your goal is, put it here. Okay. And if you are around for my budget this month, let's see here. I did a monthly projection of how much money I would have left to throw at it. And I just did my very first cash stuffing last week. And I actually put 800 towards my Snowball and 529s towards my Heloc. So extra payments that I, untied up for minimum payments. Plus I had a little bit extra from a side hustle. I paid that all towards that Heloc. So $13.29 was my total debt payoff this first cash stuffing, which is week 1. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I keep myself motivated. Now, like I said, in the first year, it was just hard to get it down. Second year, I figured out what motivated me was, one, having a visual display every month, keeping me accountable, writing it out, and discussing it with my husband. So that was one of them. But something else that really motivated me were trackers, visual trackers. I'm a visual audio learner. I love all the tactile stuff, right? I like to touch it, feel it. And what's really helped me. Let me show you the ones I did last year. So I did this one that was for like my Home Depot card. I completed a Capital One that I did, like a money savings jar. And then I was starting on my money pot before I transitioned to the Heloc. So these are what really I feel like motivate me. I love savings challenges, saving money, and I love applying that same concept with these trackers towards my debt. It really helps keep me just kind of engaged. Plus that visual like reminder, like I'm almost there, I'm halfway there, I'm a quarter way there, really helps me. So I created a few of these, like skip a coffee, pay a debt challenge, make coffee at home. Let me tell you, a money pot one, a debt-free jar tracker. Let's see here, a debt-free tracker this way. I made some step towards debt freedom. So each step would be a different amount, and then dollars debt-free I made as well. And then I made a conquer page. I paid it all off, and something you can just kind of write down as you take that accomplishment. That's why even though I'm doing this like Snowball Heloc thing, I'm going to track it as I'm paying off mine, because I need that motivation to see, look at, there is progress being made, you're moving forward, especially if you have a very large debt that you're doing, right? If you have a huge debt that you're trying to conquer, seeing that get paid off really matters. Like, so for instance, this one was $8,400 to me. It's a pretty large consumer debt. And just seeing that, like, I almost got to the halfway mark, or maybe even a little bit more, right? Just really motivated me. And I would often lay that out on my desk as I'm working off the side, like, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm buying lunches and not going out. This is why I'm skipping coffees. This is why I'm doing side hustles. And I talk about it with my children too. Like, they know we're on a debt-free journey. They see the progress we're making. I feel like I'm accountable at that point. And that transparency really has birthed a lot of good benefits and blessings in our family and great discussions. Okay, so for today, I'm going to show you how I would apply this very first debt that we have paid off so far. Let's see here. The very first payment, the $13.29. I'm going to go ahead and we'll just start with this very first tracker here. So the start date is, when I'm filming this, 1/17. I think you'll see this on the 18th. And my payoff goal for the debt that I'm going to choose, which if we go back to our tracker, what is the first debt? Debt number 1, $1,600. So payoff goal is $1,600. And that's my debt was due number 1. Put it there to remind us. And I put 35 here so y'all didn't have to count it. If anybody ever uses this, I didn't want them to have to sit here and count each one. So I counted there's 35 of these beans. So what you're going to do is you're simply going to take the full amount, the $1,600 by debt, whatever your debt is, and divide it by the coffee beans. And that's 45, I round up $46 for each amount these coffee beans represent. Okay. Now, because I paid the $13.29, I'm going to take $13.29 and divide it by 46. No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, divide it by 46. So 28 coffee beans is how much I already filled in by doing this debt, because I paid 13, which is almost the whole thing. So I'm going to color it in really quickly and then get right back to you guys and let you know the rest. Okay, what else we could do. All right, so that is all set there. Now I'm going to use this motivator just to keep me going when I'm done with this debt. Then I'm going to just put it here and keep going on and on until I can fill it all up and be debt free. But I want to talk about one other thing. To be able to do this, you really have to shift your mindset. Remember that first year I told you that I was really overwhelmed and didn't do, I kind of did it loosely. And my mindset was, I'm going to be stuck in debt forever. I'm never going to get out of it. It's going to go on and on. Life's always going to be hard. And once I switched that to, nope, no matter what, I am getting out of debt. No matter what, I am pushing forward. That no matter what, in the next 5 years, I want to see my life differently, live my life differently. And at that time, I think we were making about 45, maybe a little more a year. So the truth is that no matter price point where you're at, in your budgeting journey, you can pay off debt, apply the principles to your income and where you're at, and keep looking for refinement to remove that fluff on the side of, too many subscriptions, eating out, those kind of things. Stick around for motivating channels that can kind of keep you going and keep you motivated. And lastly, I'm telling you, if you don't read, then do Audible, but listen to something that keeps you really in a mindset that's really good. I want to suggest this new book that I just started reading that's called literally The Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. And I'm just going to leave you with this one little quote out of the book that I found extremely profound already just in the first few pages. So page 6 in The Mindset. And this is what it says. It says, for 30 years, my research has shown that the view that you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. It can determine whether you become the person you want to be or whether you accomplish things you value. And how does this happen? How can a simple belief have the power to transform your psychology and as a result, your life? And this is all about the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. So really, are you going to have a growth mindset in your life, or are you going to have a fixed mindset? I'm telling you, transforming that could transform your debt payoff journey and how you're viewing your current situation. That can really change your life. What if you stuck to it for 1 year? What if you gave it all you got? I can't imagine, and I can and hope that you'll share that journey along with me. I know that I'm excited to share it along with you. If you need more help on how to do that debt snowball, Vertex 42 calculator, I will put a detailed step-by-step video of me literally showing me putting in the numbers right here that you can watch. But as always, please find joy in your journey, and I'll see you next time.